What's up guys, Toasty here, Gepper, and today I want to talk some more about Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2, and yeah, I'm not wearing my glasses, I actually can't see right now, but you know, I wanted to do it for the intro and I didn't want it to glare, because every time I look at my computer screen when I have my glasses on, there's huge amounts of glare on my eyes, so you don't see my eyes, but you know, it probably doesn't really matter, but yeah, I wanted to talk some more about Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 today, and back when the trailer of the game came out a few days later, there was a scan that didn't really give a lot more detail as to what will be happening with the game itself, but it did give some small details that I guess a lot of people were looking forward to, and a lot of people were wondering about character migration, if they would be able to bring their character over from Xenoverse 1 over into Xenoverse 2, and they said in that scan that you will actually be able to do that, and a lot of people, there's been mixed opinions. A lot of people have either said that they love it or they hate it, and I personally am on the good side of it because I think that it's a really good feature. I think that if you're allowed to bring your character over from the game that was previous to this one, that's a really good thing, especially since a lot of people probably spent time making their characters. Honestly, I don't think it's a huge problem. The only reason that people think it's a problem is because they think the skills and all the other stuff like that will carry over. I don't think that we know how this is really going to work in terms of the skills and all that stuff for Xenoverse 2, if they're going to be the same system or if they're going to even have the same skills in the game. For all we know, some Z souls could get removed for just being unbalanced, and you just may not have those when you carry your character over in the Xenoverse 2. But a lot of people just wonder about the skills and about all the stuff that your character had beforehand. I'm personally thinking that they're going to only have it be cosmetic. So pretty much you bring over your actual character itself, but then you're going to have to, like, you know, reset all of your stuff, your attributes in Xenoverse 2 with its own system, instead of, you know, having everything from Xenoverse 1 carry over into Xenoverse 2. But, you know, who knows? I personally think that's what they're going to do, but who knows? Maybe they'll carry everything over so everyone's going to be broken. I'm hoping they also don't carry over the level, because the level would just be completely broken, and it would also kind of ruin a lot of the, you know, climb to level 100 or whatever level the max level is in that game. So I'm hoping that they don't carry over your level. I'm hoping that they start you off at level 1 just as your character that you already had in Xenoverse 1. About outfits, I would assume that they would allow you to keep your outfit. The stats with the outfit, I'm not really sure. I mean, if they did allow you to have the stats of the outfit, if they did work the exact same way as in Xenoverse 1, I don't think it would be a huge problem, because, you know, clothing in that game, even though it did affect stats, it didn't affect stats at least to the point where it would completely break your character. So I think if they allowed that, I don't think it would be a huge problem. But yeah, character migration, a lot of people had different opinions on it, and I personally really like the thought of it, because a lot of people just want to carry over their progress from the other game into this one. So I have no problem with it. But yeah, that's pretty much all I wanted to say about character migration. I wanted to know what you guys think about character migration though in the comments down below. What do you guys think about character migration from Xenoverse 1 to Xenoverse 2? And pretty much just carrying your character over in terms of cosmetics, like what they look like and all that stuff, no matter what race they are, and bringing them over into Xenoverse 2. Tell me what you guys think about that. I would like to hear your guys' thoughts on that, since it is a very split issue. The other thing I wanted to talk about was changing the future. That was also something that this scan tackled, and it was saying about how you can change the future in these certain cutscenes that we saw in the trailer, meaning future Trunks' I guess upbringing into becoming a Super Saiyan with Gohan dying, or future Gohan dying even, as well as Bardock being killed by Frieza, as well as Planet Vegeta exploding. So I don't know really what they intend to have us change here. A lot of people in the first game thought that they would be able to change major events and have a completely different storyline, and while it was a different storyline than the other Dragon Ball Z games, which completely just followed the anime and manga story, it didn't really give you a completely different feel. I mean, most of the events that transpired in the manga and anime pretty much happened the exact same way, with some small like tweaks here and there, kind of like the Goku and Beerus fight in Xenoverse. I mean, pretty much the fight was mostly the same. You went through all the same locations, and then in the end it changed a little bit with what happened with Beerus with Demigra, but that was really it. There wasn't really much that changed in that game because of it. So pretty much in the first game you were meant to, I guess, change everything to make sure it goes along correctly. Like, you want everything to not get derailed, and you know, you don't want Ginyu to keep Goku's body or anything like that. You don't want him to keep your body or anything like that. You want to make sure everything stays the way it's supposed to be. But in this game it seems like you're going to be the one changing things, or I mean, I guess that you're going to have at least some sort of input as to what happens in the storyline. Now, I don't know if this is going to be an arcing storyline where there's like certain like events that can happen, and then like there's another like line of things that can happen. I doubt they'll go that route, because that requires a lot of work in terms of, you know, setting up every single storyline and making sure they're not like all gonna end up at the same conclusion. I mean, I hope that they're not going to end up doing that sort of thing, but if they do end up doing that sort of thing, that's going to be a little bit of a damper when it comes to the story. I'm kind of hoping to see some, different things, maybe like a differing storyline, maybe one big differing storyline that kind of makes you think differently about the events that transpired, like Future Gohan's death. Maybe you change it so that Future Gohan never dies. You help him against the androids, and you try and help Trunks' timeline as a whole. Maybe that sort of thing happens, even though that would literally be breaking what you're supposed to be doing as a time patroller. It would be interesting to see. I would want to see what would happen if Future Gohan survived. So, I mean, if he completely carried out the training with Trunks and Trunks became a Super Saiyan on his own without having Gohan die for it, I think that would be pretty interesting. But tell me what you guys think about that sort of thing in the comments down below, like saving Bardock and all that stuff. I know a lot of people would want to save Bardock and see what would happen if he was actually a character in Dragon Ball after that point in time, like if he was able to meet Goku and stuff like that. I know that's a really fan service thing, and a lot of people want to see that. So I don't know if they're going to do that, but if they do, then that would be pretty interesting to see in a game. They've done it in a few other Dragon Ball games, not Dimps themselves, but Spike has done it in Raging Blast 1 with the little Bardock storyline. And I believe, yeah, Dimps actually did it too in Burst Limit with the Bardock storyline as well. So that's actually pretty interesting. I would like to see a full-fledged storyline of Bardock meeting all of the Z Warriors. It would be very interesting to see. But yeah, that's pretty much all I wanted to say about Xenoverse 2 for today. I just wanted to give my basic thoughts on these two things that had been, I guess, revealed in that scan. Tell me what you guys think about these two things. What do you think about character migration, as well as what do you think about Change of the Future and giving some different storylines to the stories that we already know, especially the Future Trunks storyline with Future Gohan. What do you guys think about changing that? Do you guys think that having Gohan alive would really change what would happen in that timeline, or what? Tell me what you guys think. I will see you guys in the next video. Have a great day, and peace out.